Texas A&M has to really start getting a lot more physical on a low block if they want to get those calls.
Got to do it without Bone on the floor for now. And that's the second foul on Kendall Shaw, whose minutes have gone up as of late. Did not play against Florida, but in the 2, 3, 4 games before that, Shaw had been playing some big minutes. She's got 2 fouls.
She's going to have to go to the bench. You hate to see that because she's been playing really well for them and creates a bigger body and a size and a presence inside for a smaller Vanderbilt team.
Bovee comes to the sideline, getting ready to check in. Pratchett got it to Gilbert.
You love her court vision. That was more, I would say, Magic Johnson-esque right there. I don't think she was even looking at her, but nice pass there by Adrian Pratt.
Mid-range from Clark, and she knocks it down over Bellick. Tiffany Clark's got 4, and it's a Vanderbilt lead again. Both teams an early run, both teams an early drought, but 5 lead changes in the early going. They had a mismatch. Lister is guarding down low against Bellick. She got position, but traveled with a basketball as the 5'4" junior Lister drew the traveling violation on the 6'1" Bellick.
You see in here asking for the basketball. She just needed to have a little bit more patience. Vanderbilt wasn't coming with the trap. She had an opportunity to get a bucket there. Texas A&M just had to settle down and get into a better flow right now. A lot of the mistakes they're making is unforced errors.
And Bellick comes out. Now, Bone and Gilbert are both going to play together on the floor for A&M, so a lot of size out there for the Aggies. Brown got free. She's been hot early, and she stays that way.
You're talking about a senior showing up and showing out right now. Brown is playing like she wants to win this game. Stroking 2 threes from downtown and then the mid-range game. I saw something in her earlier today in shoot-around where she was just really focused, and you can tell just really energetic players. You'll love to see coming out and playing like that.
Shot clock down at 7. Jenna Cross going to call a foul here. It'll be a foul against Vanderbilt. But right now, an early start for Elan Brown. She's stroking it right now.
And you like players that want to come and show up and show out, and Brown is doing that today for the Commodores. Santa Claus a little bit. Put it like this. Cal, that's a wake-up call for them, especially going into the Pac-10 tournament. But this season has been amazing with women's basketball, and just you see the parity on certain levels. Either in every conference, I feel like the first 1 through 3, you know, there's opportunities to really go far, especially in March Madness.
The 3 teams in the SEC, think about them. A&M, Kentucky, Tennessee, all can make a good push.
And that's something that Coach Blair was talking to us about, too.
Yeah. He said the physicality of this league specifically, the point guard play in this league, the post play in the Big 12 where A&M was a season ago. You see great guards in the Big 10. Bentley sticks out. Lucas, you and I got a chance to see them a couple of weeks ago. Ohio State's got a great guard in their backcourt. So I'm really excited to see what kind of plays out come March, because there's so many different styles that are going to clash once you get towards those 2 weeks.
And it's really about which team can impose their will and their style on the other team. That's what really gets you over the top, because some of these teams have never played each other, won't know much about personnel, and it really comes down to doing what you do best. And that's one of the things that Kelsey Bone was even saying, that after their loss against Kentucky, they went back to the drawing board and said, okay, we need to focus on us. We have to get better at what we do before we can focus on other teams.
Boy, everything with the finish for Jenkins, but she kept that play alive. Lister with a tough pass to Clark and a great finish against Gilbert.
Nice finish inside. And you love to see Vanderbilt taking their time, executing their stuff, and getting the shot that they want. That's what they're going to have to do all night tonight, is really focusing on what they need to execute.
Bone back in. Bad pass from Williams. Here comes Vanderbilt. A good save by Williams. She was last to touch. Lister would have had an open 3 had she got a hold of that one.
You can look here, Lister. Nice bounce pass, staying down low, and Clark attacking the rim. Earlier today in their shoot-around, they were doing the same things, really focused on that small one-hand bounce pass, keeping it low so the defender can't get there, catching the ball, and finishing at the rim. I thought earlier today in their shoot-around, assistant coach Vicky Heike did an excellent job of telling their post players, you have to give a big target for Lister and the other guards so they can get the ball inside.
That entry feed, a little English on it, seems like really one of the tougher ones.
It's hard for a post player to get that because you're standing upright. You're not looking to get all the way down on the ground and get the ball.
Lister cannot connect, and Jenna Cross calls a foul underneath. Big Monday presented by Bud Light. Next Monday night, Swin had a couple of these battles when she was at Connecticut. Number 3 against number 2. The Huskies and the Irish getting set to go. Big Monday presented by Bud Light. Monday, March the 4th at 7 on ESPN2 and watch ESPN. There's Clark again. Rebound to Texas A&M. Tell me, you got a memory that sticks out, Connecticut ND?
I have a few. You know, our battles with Ruth Riley and Notre Dame. Neil Ivey, assistant coach. Nice 3 there by Pratt. One of the things sticks out for me. I remember in 2001 we lost the championship to Notre Dame, and that was very tough. But we had some Big East battles. Sue Bird's last-second shot, and
oh gosh, yeah,
I mean it just goes on and on. That's why I'm just really kind of hurt that the league's gonna be breaking up.
Turnover, Texas A&M with the basketball. This is the bracketology. It's available now. Charlie Cream has put out a new one. You see Connecticut going to be hosting. Vanderbilt right now is a 9 seed facing off against Purdue in Stores. So if they win their first round game and Connecticut wins their first round game, they'll square off in the second round. Meanwhile, Texas A&M and Baylor are in the same regional, so they may face off if they win a couple of games each. Baseline jumper from Williams did not go, for Bellick rather. Here comes Vandy.
And if you listen to Coach Blair's predictions, he thinks he'll be over there in our region.
That's right,
too.
yeah. Lister on a handoff, a 3. Good box out by Williams that time against Beatty. Vandy's led by as many as 5. A&M is led by as many as 2. Here's Walker. Sky high, Brown for the rebound. Jenkins finding Clark in transition, and she was wide open. Got a little contact underneath. Here comes A&M. The crowd wanted a foul. Bellick corrals and missed the easy one.
Right now, the pace of this game is going back and forth. It's going to be up to some of the seniors or someone to settle this team down or get them going, and it falls on Miss Evie Brown, as they like to call her. She has really been feeling it, not afraid to take the shot. Texas A&M better find her in transition because she right now is a problem.
The senior from Atlanta has 10 of Vanderbilt's 21. There's Bone. Vandy has made it really tough on one of the top players in the SEC early down low. Clark against Bellick. A lot of contact down low, and a foul is called. You get a foul underneath on Vanderbilt against Morgan Beatty. Bone just 1 of 6 from the field early. Remember, she's 59% from the floor, second in the country.
And she just has to settle down. I think she's forcing her shot, and they're coming with double teams or they're being physical with her, but a lot of it is just Kelsey. She has to be able to be poised like she's been doing the majority of the time this year and just finishing at the rim.
Williams misfires. Ray-T along with the rebound. Clark is off, so Vanderbilt a little bit smaller right now. Bone with the hedge out on Jenkins. We'll stay at this end of the floor. That'll take us to a timeout. Elan Brown doing it big right now. She's got 10 to lead all scorers for Vandy. All right, Todd, we'll see you in 3:49. Interesting to see how Duke's going to get going once March rolls around. Tough start for Kelsey Bone, just 1 of 6 from the floor, 3 points and 2 rebounds. Gary Blair, though, we mentioned it earlier, and we'll kind of reiterate it because we're about 4 minutes away from the halftime break. He said that his goal, anytime he's at Memorial Gym, is to be even at the halftime break because, again, the coaches have to coach their offenses when their teams are on defense because that's when their team is close to them. Once you get to the second half, your offense is coming towards you as a coach. So he wants to be even at halftime so that in the second half it's easier for him to coach his offense.
And that's because of 2 different styles also. When you have a coach like Coach Blair that calls a lot of set plays in the half court,
right,
you need to be able to call them out to your team. Whereas the Commodores, their team runs a lot of motion. So it's all about reads and moves and flares and screens.
Shot clock down to 5. Elan Brown is having a phenomenal game so far, but had to force that one. But it's loose to Lister and a fresh 30 for Vandy. Smith looking for long. That was knocked away by Williams. Here comes Pratcher.
Vanderbilt did a great job of getting back in transition, because anytime you have a point guard like Pratcher that can get out and find the open player, you want to make sure you stop the basketball.
Nobody picked up Williams, and she misses an offensive rebound. And Pratcher's 3 would not go. So while Gary Blair's team comes down to this end of the floor, you'll kind of hear him yell out to Pratcher and offensive set. Meanwhile, his defense is having some issues right now. He wanted a double dribble, but Lister finishes.
And Lister did an excellent job of using her own teammates as she was coming down the floor. It's a lost art, I'm telling you. One of the greatest point guards in the world, as Sue Bird does a great job of the same thing, really finding players and going off their backs to get to the basket.
Tough spot inside for Walker, and it's rebounded by Long. And she may have gotten a finger to the eye. Kind of slow coming back the other way. Vandy has tied its largest lead of this first half at 5. Foul away from the basketball.
You see Lister come.
Lister finds Beatty off the inbound. All maroon underneath for the rebound. Gary Blair talking to Adrienne Pratcher right there, giving her the signal for the offensive set. Got Clark out on Pratcher. Brown was guarding Bone for a moment. Bellick coming inside, traveled with the basketball, and Vandy forces another Texas A&M turnover. That's their 4th.
It's really tough for Texas A&M right now, and a lot of things just aren't going their way. And the best thing you can do in a situation like that is 2 things. You either throw the ball inside and your post player has to go to work, or you attack the rim. Settling for 15-foot shots, playing right into Vanderbilt's hands.
About 4.5 minutes without a field goal for Texas A&M. Clark working hard against Bone. Rebound by Williams. Pratcher got a nice screen from Bellick. The runner would not fall, though.
Nice screen in transition. That's the way you get your guards open, setting blind screens when players aren't expecting them in transition.
A&M has missed 10 straight shots now. A lot of contact inside. They're going to get a blocking foul against Christy Bellick.
And you look at the players playing here, coming off a nice screen on the other side by Brown. 2 players go, passes the ball inside. What I like to see happen on that play is Clark to gather herself 2 feet and power the ball up, get the basket, and go to the free throw line. That's what the Commodores need her to do. You can get a lot of and ones by just being patient. A lot of times players try to just draw the foul and they're going to throw your body into the defender, but you have to really take your time, have some poise, gather yourself, and go up strong, finish at the rim.
One off of her career high on Thursday, 26. After really the previous 2 games, she had not played well at all. We did not see her for long stretches late against Tennessee. She didn't play a lot of the second half. She was actually kind of feeling ill at the halftime break, and nobody really told anybody about it. She didn't want to share it. But she was not feeling very well at all. So he is right back to her old self last couple of games. Yeah. Vanderbilt with a 7-0 run. Ball, they got the mismatch, and she's able to finish.
And that's what Kelsey Bone needed right there, just to see one go into the basket on a nice move, nice pass to the top. And plays like that can really get you going.
About a 15-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Clark ran into the double team and flipped it up short. Shot clock off, and Gary Blair will use a timeout. Shot clock is off, final 24 seconds. Gary Blair used his first half timeout. Chelsea Jennings, the freshman, is on the floor for this final play set.
See the Commodores switching on all picks.
Lister with the excellent defense forces a turnover, and 7 seconds for Vanderbilt to shoot for its largest lead.
And that's something that Coach Blair had talked about last time they played Florida. They were switching a lot on the screens. The Commodores didn't do it early on in this game, but they pulled it out at the perfect time. caught Texas A&M sleeping and got them off balance.